Okay, this is actually take two because I got interrupted by a phone call. So it was my dentist. I set up a dental appointment for its perio scaling. It's like a really deep cleaning of my teeth. I should have had this done months ago, but the insurance company never contacted my dentist to let them know what was covered when they requested that information. So anyhow, long story short, I have an appointment in like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Uh, so that'll be fun. Uh, what was that? We are planning, hoping to kind of remodel our kitchen a bit. I don't know if it's going to be a total remodel or just partial. If we're going to do it ourselves, I don't know if I want to do that. Or hire somebody to do it. We kind of started experimenting. Let me turn you around so you can see. There is our big, huge freezer. Okay, I mean this is a monster. Okay, it was my mom's. I inherited it. Um, well, we had it over here before she passed away because we had to sell her house, so we had to get stuff out of there. But yeah, this was hers. It's minimum 40 years old. I'm thinking it's closer to 50 years old. It's a Sears cold spot. I don't know if that dates it, but I have it filled. Okay? And why isn't the light on? There should be a light. It's running, but the light's not on. That's weird. I'm gonna have to, great. We move it and we break the light bulb. Wonderful. Um, anyhow, the freezer was over in this spot before. I gotta clean that out. That was a catch-all space. I'd stuff all my plastic bags over there. That's where it was. It fit really nice in there. However, um, we were thinking of putting our refrigerator, which is over here, and putting it over there. My concern is the way the electrical system is in here. I don't know if it'd be too much to have them on the same side. I'm afraid it's going to trip a breaker. Then we'd end up moving it back. But ideally, we would like to move that over there and have, see, there's just this itsy bitsy counter here. Enough for a toaster oven, okay? And then it goes right to the fridge. We would like to take the fridge out and expand that counter space all the way over to the wall, okay? Then we could build cabinets all throughout there, have counter and then more cabinets down below instead of just this little thing, all right? And also, in doing so, moving the fridge over there, if it ever died, because that's an older fridge too, but I don't want to get rid of it for a newer one, because they just made them to last when they were older. Anyways, if we did upgrade to a newer fridge, a bigger one like I would like, with the freezer on the bottom and the swing doors, it would fit in there. It would not fit over there. And the freezer's too big to fit over there too. So, we are trying to decide what to do. And he would like me to get rid of this big monster, but I don't really want to. Let me flip this thing around. Whoops, sorry about that. I don't want to get rid of it. Let me sit down here. I don't want to get rid of it because there's a couple things. Because it was my mom's, and it has it has sentimental value to it because, I mean, I remember it all through my childhood, up until the time I left to get married. It was, where she gave us, got out the popsicles and the fudgesicles and all the stuff I shouldn't eat. And where she stored her homemade bread and pies and the vegetables from the garden, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm weird or not. Am I weird? Am I weird? Being sentimentally attached to a freezer. But it's not just that. It's lasted for 40 or 50 years. Nothing they build these days will last that long. I mean, you're probably lucky to get 20 years out of something. Sometimes not even that. I mean, I have friends that have bought brand new fridges, freezers, stoves, you name it, and 6 months down the road they're having issues. And if you don't have a warranty, some sort of a warranty on it, and you're really stuck. So I'm in no hurry to get something newer and have it stop working, and then I'm out all that money. This thing is built to last, and until it stops working, I don't want to buy another one. Same with the fridge. I mean, yeah, I would like a bigger fridge, but I'm not impressed with the new stuff. Man, is it getting dark. It's very dreary here today. It's been raining, and it's very humid. It's like only 70 degrees out, but it feels like it's 85. It is so humid and so still and oppressive. When we went to bed last night, it was chilly. We were closing windows because it was cold. And trying to hold on to this properly. When we went to bed, it was chilly, and we crawl in bed and we put an extra bedspread on, And then, like in the middle of the night, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we're both waking up sweating, and it's like 70 degrees in our bedroom and just humid. I mean, you could just feel it on the sheets and stuff. Everything was sticky. Ugh. So we ended up real early this morning. We couldn't take it anymore and put the air conditioner back on, and in the bedroom anyhow. And then this morning, as the morning went on, it was like, just felt horrible in here. So we put the air conditioner going in the living room. So now it's finally cooling down in here. But it's like it's October and I'm putting the air conditioner on. This is nuts. It's supposed to be cooler than this. But it's just the humidity. If it wasn't for the humidity, it wouldn't be bad at all. But it just won't go away. We've had a very humid summer, and it's continuing on into the fall, unfortunately. But anyhow, yeah, that's what we did this morning. We slid the freezer over, which we have these, I didn't show you that, I should show you that. There's these little, can't remember what they call them, but they're these round things, and you put them underneath stuff. I think they were called moving men, and the TV stuff that you see. And I found these at a yard sale or a thrift store or something for like $1 for a whole package of them. So I grabbed them, and they work awesome. We put them under the freezer, and it slid across. We did empty it a bit because there was a lot of stuff in there, so it was pretty heavy. But those moving men slider thingies work awesome. So we just kept them on under there because we might end up moving it again, back where it was or something. We're just kind of we're thinking. We're trying to figure out what we can afford, what is needful, and all that. I'm not looking forward to having my kitchen tore up, but he wants to do a little bit at a time himself, We've never done anything like this. So I'm like, this is my kitchen. This is where I spend most of my time. I can't have things tore up and taking weeks or months to get done, you know? I mean, he said, well, we could tear out this first, and then we could put the new one in. And he makes it sound like, oh, one day I could have it tore out, and the next day I could put it back in. I'm like, I don't think it's going to go that well, especially when we've never done anything like this before. It'll look like an episode of First Time Flippers, if you've ever seen that show, where they think, oh, we can remodel this house in, 3 months, and then, a year later they're still not done. That would be us. So I personally, I'd be willing to take out a small loan and buy something complete, what we want, and have somebody else install it. Actually, the first thing I want to do, I want to find somebody to at least come over and maybe show us some different floor plans of which way we could go with the way our place is, that would best utilize the space and give me more space, more counter, more cupboard, maybe a dishwasher. I'm hesitant about a dishwasher. We used to have a portable, and I know they might make them better these days. I'm just so used to hand washing, but in some instances it's really nice that if I would have a dishwasher, So I'm on the fence about that. So much to consider, because it's like the heart of the home. And but it's kind of cramped in here right now. I should flip it around again. And see, here's our big window. There's the freezer. Here's the fridge on this side. But we got walking space now through here. But then our table is right up against the island. That's another thing. We are planning on, pardon the mess, everything got tossed around today. But yeah, this is the island almost in the center of the kitchen. So it's kind of cramped right now. But this will go. We plan on getting rid of the island if we get the counter space and cupboard space over where the fridge is at. That would be fine. Then all the stuff that's in, because I got stuff in this cupboard that's all my plastic stuff. And then on the other side is where I keep like my oven mitts and stuff and cookbooks. I mean, it's pretty cool, and it has a plug-in underneath. So I really like it. I mean, for a mobile home, that was pretty genius to put something like that. And then I have this huge, you probably can't see too well, but it has all my spices. I mean, this whole door, the inside of the door is a spice rack. So I got all these spices. And then there's more spice rack. I know it's hard to see because it's so dark. But then I have my canned goods. Lots and lots of canned goods. I know it's hard to see. Sorry about that. But you get the idea. I love this space. And then it has our cork board up there that we put stuff on. But, this used to be, when we first moved in, a desk area. That was already there. And then there was this desktop thing in here is built in. It was kind of cool, but, we ripped it out and made use of the space. But yeah, a lot to consider. Because we have saggy counters, our counters are sloping, so kind of needful, to get things. Sorry, I keep hitting things on here and causing issues. Anyhow, that's what's going on. That's a major thing. I don't know if I chit-chatted about my husband and his brother that he hasn't seen in over 20 years. They finally got together. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This past Sunday, just a couple days ago. And it went really well. And they came back here after they went out to eat lunch. Well, they roamed around a bit and they went to see if they could find anybody else to visit. Nobody was home. So they ended up coming back here and got some pictures of our nephews. Just chatted for a little bit and everything was cool. And hopefully they can keep in touch from now on instead of going another 20 years. He's the one that his son was put up for adoption from between him and my cousin. And he's on the fence about meeting him. His son wants to meet him, but he's not being pushy about it. But my brother-in-law is thinking about it, mulling it over. He's not jumping at the chance, but he's not like totally closing the door. I think in time he will. I don't know why he's so apprehensive. He didn't really get into it. Well, no, I think Ken mentioned that he was apprehensive because my cousin's side of the family have the one side of the story, then there's nobody's heard his side of the story. So I think he's afraid that his son might have a preconceived notion of him being the bad guy or something. But I'm hoping that we can talk to his son. We're supposed to meet up here in another week or two. That we could, tell him that there's two sides to every story. And he's a smart guy. I don't think he wouldn't want to see his dad if he thought he was a total jerk, But we'll see how things go, and we're not going to force the issue or anything. But it'll be nice to visit with him when the time comes. So anyhow, that's about it that's going on, and it is after 17 minutes, almost 18 minutes now, so I won't bore you anymore. But just wanted to pop on here before my hubby calls. He usually calls just after he gets out on the road and checks in with me as if anything major's happened in an hour that he's been gone. But, he gets lonely out there pretty quick. Anyhow, thanks for popping in, and I don't know when I'll do another one. You never know. I never know. So we'll chat with you later. Everybody have a great week.